on video, on video, on video.
Witnesses describe loud popping sounds, and this is that moment when the former president reaches for his ear.
I'm sitting on my porch, I get some breaking news. Trump shot, I heard the gunshots. Yo, this is crazy, dude. I see the video with Trump, he wants to take his shoes. It hit a little different when they killing cause they hate your views. They're making people bitter. If you disagree with their theology, you're Hitler. We can't coexist cause every word you getting triggered. You can thank the media cause they creating all these killers. But if you wanna fight, best be careful what you wish. I kinda feel like God's on our side, he's in the midst. I heard it prophesied that you would shoot but you would miss, and that Trump would win in 24, we'll see if it gon' stick. It's crazy when you think about the world and all the things that's going on. He told us in the Bible that it'd be like Noah's time, best stay prayed up. I suggested everybody wake up. I'm riding for the Lord, I'll never change, my mind is made up. We got ops in our midst. They shooting shots, but they missed. Let's hope to God that we don't flip the switch. You've been plotting, no more talking now, cause everybody pissed, and we gon' fight. We gon' fight. We gon' fight. If I die, then I'm with Christ. Look, only way we take it back is with the light. We gotta fight. We gotta fight.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Bridging the Gap. I want to talk for a few minutes on the happenings around my local area here. First of all, it's been a busy weekend as far as the folk festival in downtown Salisbury. A lot of great people out there, and I can actually say there were more positive than negatives out there. Of course, you did have a couple of crazies walking around spitting on signs and running off with Trump signs, and they get tackled. But other than a little bit of chaos, everything else was really good out there. I do believe that, and I was actually one of the people out there talking to people, I do believe that the information that was given about Question A, people understood a lot better after we talked to them than before. Our actual county executive, Julie, did come out there and talk to numerous people herself, which is very admirable. I mean, she already puts in a long work week, and at the end of the work week, she, instead of going home with her family, she still takes care of family business, but they don't see her as much because she's back out there. I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm very impressed with the fact of, since the executive position is you run for, you get elected every 4 years, she's actually been on the campaign trail twice. Or when she got elected, and now 2 years after she's been elected, then she's got to go back on it again if this measure doesn't happen the way they want it to with the council, which I don't see it happening. Like I said, there were just a lot of great people, and I gotta say, for Salisbury in the past to have so much of a hostile downtown, it wasn't as hostile. There was one business that I seen out there that had a yes for the measure sign in the window, and it was a woke business. But I did see people literally stop going in there, and actually people came back to the Republican headquarters and told us about it. I didn't even know about it till it was actually told to me. So all in all, like I said, it was really a good time. It was a great time. A lot of great things were out there to the festival. Keisha and myself did get to walk around, checked out down at the end of the place, and it was actually, I think I've got a pamphlet for it. I'll actually probably mention it when I find that pamphlet later on in this segment, but there was some local honey out there. It was actually a couple that they live over near Deer's Head, but they were out there selling a lot of local honey and other things, and there was food wagons. Salisbury University had music. It was just a great time. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm actually looking forward to next year. I'm pretty sure if it was just this good this year, it's going to be even better next year. But yeah, for the first segment, I wanted to talk about that. Did have, of course, after the first night, because of the fact that my wife and I did spend time out there, there were a couple people who weren't happy with the fact we were out there. There was, of course, old Joe Venosa. If you don't know him, you're blessed. He decided to, of course, to start throwing things or saying stupid things and blowing kisses at heterosexual men, namely me. And of course, he was a little bit heated by the fact of how many people that were coming up to headquarters and being informed the right way. Even people, as he stood on the other side of the street and started telling people what he believed was the way for people to live, and trying to tell them why they should vote for this measure, they would talk to him, and I actually saw this, but they would look over to us. Now, of course, I would be the same way. Even if I went to the against side, I want to make sure I hear from both sides, and that's exactly what people did. And after talking to us, they realized that the right decision is to vote against this. And again, we didn't just actually advertise that. We were talking about question 1, which is a statewide matter that you definitely want to vote no to as well. And of course, we were also promoting prayerfully our new incoming president, which would be Donald J. Trump. It was just all together, just a great time, great time. I want to come back in a few moments with the second part of this. I want to actually show a couple of texts, or actually, yeah, a few texts that had gotten back to me. I did get some negative feedback late at night, messages from blow-up phones. I didn't even know people still use blow-up phones. I mean, if you don't know what a blow-up phone is, basically it's one that they use, and burner phones, they call them burner phones. They just use it for some kind of a purpose, and then they get rid of them. They don't want to have any paper trail behind it. Well, I definitely got some negative that came from that, and just some other things. But we'll talk about it in the second segment. Stick around.
Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town full of good old boys, raised up right. If you're looking for a fight, try that in a small town. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town.
These farmers are dropping their own crops for the day. A friend is in need, and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
So, I have learned in this little bit of time of dealing with politics that it is a very dirty arena. There are things that people will say about you and your family, especially during election season, that are blatantly not true, but doesn't mean that they don't hurt. I'm actually looking down because I'm pulling up some things that was said that, you know, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Of course, yes, I do live by the things there is God, but, you know, sometimes you got to approach things the right way. And I can actually show you biblically where if you have a problem with someone, you're supposed to go to them. But if they don't allow that to happen in a way that, you know, you getting over things, then you need to take it to the next level and present it to that person around other people. And then you got to do things after that. Well, I'm just going to talk for a few minutes about what's been going on. I was on Friday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Keisha and I were down at the Republican headquarters, and we were doing what we need to do and be a part of things. And during that time, people just they just don't act right sometimes. At 11:45 at night on Friday night, I got this text back. Again, this is right after Mr. Joe Bonosa decided that he's going to stand there and stare at me and blow kisses at me. Again, what people do is what people do, but I'm heterosexual and I'm married. So I'm going to tell someone that's blowing kisses at me, I don't care what gender they are, that's a no-no. So then he went on and tried to make fun of me being a preacher. Well, anyway, what I was talking about with those burner phone or blow-up phones, whatever they call them, is I got this text late at night, and I'm going to be, hopefully it's on the screen now. If not, it will be up in a couple moments. But I got this message from a phone number that I've never seen before, 302-585-1106, just in case anybody knows that number. But when I got that, I got this text that said, "Hey, buddy, I know you like to stir the pot a lot with Madam Executive. You are a disgraceful piece of human flesh, knowing what Julie is and what she stands for. You play man of God, but who are you behind the scenes? Just sad, man. Just sad." Well, first of all, I think that's got to be the most politest person that's ever tried to offend me. And they use really good, the punctuation is good, all that good stuff. They even capitalize God. Great job there. The problem is that if you talk to people, you can kind of see that they're voice texting, and if they're like me, I use periods and exclamation points. I speak all that stuff, but they actually did that in the way that they were speaking. I also remember on Friday night talking to Madam Executive, who is our county executive, Julie. She was leaving. She would say she's about to leave. I said, "All right, have a good night there, Madam Executive." And I did see Mr. Bonosa walk by. This is written just like a college professor. Mr. Bonosa is a college professor, although if you look at some of his reviews, they would say he's kind of got to watch him. He's got some Diddy vibes to him. But anyway, this came to me. I mean, I was actually, here working on a message, you know, that's trying to reach people. That's what I like to do. I like God to work with me, because actually when I'm studying, I do more to learning than I can ever teach anybody else. But that's what I was doing. So I really wasn't paying this any mind. And actually, by the time I saw it, if you see the screenshot, if it all goes on the screen there, it'll show that I didn't look at it till 2:07 in the morning. But even so, it was not something that I wanted to see. So I immediately blocked it. I didn't respond to it, but I did block the number. I then took a screenshot of that. Actually, I'm glad I screenshot it before I blocked it, because it immediately went away from my phone after I blocked it. And I sent it to some friends, and I sent it to a chat that I had with council people. At that time, it was 5 out of 7. Now it's, I think it's 3 out of 7. They're still in there. And when I sent it out there, I said, if anybody knows the person who this phone number belongs to, can you please tell them to stop harassing me before I truly press charges? I know someone in this chat knows who it is. Now, why would I say that? Well, it's been proven in the past, and there was pictures, and there was a text that went through that Mr. Bonosa hangs out with a certain councilman that I don't have to name the names because everybody already know. And they were in that chat at that time. And anyway, I put that in the chat, and I got a comment back. I got several comments back. First of all, Madam Executive, who I have in that chat, said, I wonder what is that I am and what I stand for. A constitutionalist, MAGA, Republican. Oh, this was a question mark. Then this councilman, which if you're looking at it, you'll see, Mr. Baker said, I am requesting once again to be removed from this group. I put that number in my phone. I do not have any saved. Well, have it saved. Well, first of all, if he's an officer of law, hopefully he would know better than that. However, I know there's a connection there. Why do I know that? Because also on Friday night, because there was a situation that passed, and there was some comments made about me, and it came from a certain councilman's phone, and it was sent to him by Mr. Venosa. So I know they have some kind of relationship, and then Mr. Venosa came up to me on Friday night and said, you know, Shane Baker didn't have anything to do with that. How would he know that unless Mr. Baker reached out to him about me knowing that they were in cahoots? So then, here's Mr. Baker asked me to remove him from a chat, which, I thought he might be able to do that himself. But Madam Executive did try to help him by saying, not that I even want to address you, but you can remove yourself from any group. So that's what he did. And right after him, so did Shani Shields. Look, the reason why I put things out there, I screenshot stuff, is because I don't want word versus word. I want to show you proof. Maybe if people use proof more often, there wasn't so much, it wouldn't be so much craziness going on. But anyway, after that happened, I can back up and tell you on Thursday when I'd actually approached that same councilman, another councilman that's there, shout out to Jeff Merritt, got up with me and told me that he's trying to withdraw himself from all of the craziness that's going on. And he wants to sit down in an interview, and I would love to give him an interview, and I can't wait to sit down and talk to him. But he said he thinks he's just going to wait till all this blows over, because he's pretty sure that the people have decided which way they're going to go as far as keep an executive or don't. If you vote for the measure, I want to make sure everybody understands, if you vote for this measure, you're getting rid of the executive form of government. What you're doing then is allowing the council of 7 people to hire somebody to be at their beckoning call to take care of the whole county. Now, keep in mind, because of a lawsuit, there's no longer at-large seats. What does that mean? That means there's going to be 7 districts set up, and they've got to make the decisions for the whole county. They should be just doing the legislation and putting laws out, but if you get rid of the executive form, they're making all the decisions. And the executive right now is voted in by the whole county, but that won't be there anymore if you vote for this. Instead, they'll hire somebody that's going, if they don't like what that person does, they can get rid of them. But if you want to keep having a choice, you're going to vote against this. If you want to have the choice of, look, if Madam Executive or Julie or whoever you want to call her, even if you don't like her, whatever you call her, I hope you're being respectful. But if you don't like what she's doing, you can vote her out, put somebody else in. But if the council gets their way, they're basically going to have total power of the whole county. And that's what the scary part of it all is. I don't think that politics need to be as dirty as it is. Matter of fact, it doesn't need to be dirty at all. Questioning people's faith. Of course, even Jesus was questioned, so I shouldn't think I'm any better than that situation. But questioning people's faith do rub people the wrong way. But to those that are being taken advantage of, questioned, ridiculed, don't lose heart. Don't lose heart. Stay strong. We're going to stay strong. Why? Because if God be for us, who can truly be against us? And that means who can be against us and win? Anybody can be against us, but who can be against us and prevail? Again, this has been another Bridging the Gap. I thank each and every one of you for your prayers and your support, and we're moving forward. Pray my strength as I pray yours. It takes all of us to make a difference. May the Lord bless you. We'll be talking soon.